Former KKK leader and Louisiana Senate candidate David Duke is really, really upset with the usual suspects, Jews, of course, and Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. He participated in a debate last night. This is not a joke, at a historically black college. You could possibly make this stuff up. This is where we are in 2016 USA. David Duke is an avid supporter of Donald Trump. He released a robocall campaign and fundraising letters saying, hey, vote Trump Duke. They're both on the ticket in Louisiana, in part of Louisiana. Now, of course, Donald Trump very slowly, but eventually disavowed support from David Duke in February. He initially said, I have no idea who David Duke is. Then he said, oh, I do know who he is, and I don't want his support. And during this debate, David Duke was asked by the moderator to explain a blog post he wrote about, quote, CNN Jews. And Duke responded, well, there is a problem in America with a very strong, powerful tribal group that dominates our media, dominates our international banking. I'm not opposed to all Jews, just like Donald Trump isn't opposed to all Mexicans, I guess. He also called for Hillary Clinton to be put to death with the electric chair. And he continues to campaign on these anti-Semitic views. He is not doing well, even in this race. And it was reported that university officials insisted we didn't even know which candidates would be here. We agreed to hold this debate. And then the organizers decided, based on polling, I guess David Duke polled 5% or some minimum that you need in order to participate. The organizers decided that David Duke would be invited. This is just completely surreal. I mean, isn't it? Former KKK leader who loves Trump is participating in a debate. He's blaming the Jews. He's calling for the death of Hillary Clinton. In other countries, they laugh at us because this is considered politics. It's very real here.
Well, I think the one saving grace is that we're getting third, fourth, fifth party candidates into the debates, right? I mean, you're going to get people who aren't mainstream. You're going to get people who represent the rent is too damn high party.
Pat, you have found somehow the silver lining in a former KKK leader participating in a debate, which is that it's showing us that it's more than just the Democrat and the Republican leaders participating. Great job finding the silver lining in this thing. I don't focus too much on physical appearance, but David Duke really looks like he's wearing someone else's skin, doesn't he? I mean, remember the movie Men in Black, where you have, I think it's the Vincent D'Onofrio character, where it's basically an alien that is wearing the skin of this farmer that gets killed. And it's sort of like hanging off. David Duke has that same bizarre, creepy appearance.
You have to wonder if he's gotten some work done, maybe to appear more white in a certain sense.
There you go. Yeah, he and Michael Jackson both have had the exact same thing done, where they just want to appear more white. Okay, so that's what's going on with David Duke. You can always sort of fall back to insulting Jews. If you're a radical politician, you can insult Jews and you'll have some support. It's sort of old faithful in America. There was a really funny comment from the Public Service Commissioner, Foster Campbell, after this debate, who said, I have nothing in common with Duke other than we're probably breathing, which is really funny because I don't know that you've heard me say this to a guest before, Pat, but sometimes when we interview with some right-wing nut, and we agree on nothing, obviously, at the end of the interview, I'll say, I don't know that we agreed on anything other than the fact that we just did an interview for 15 minutes. And it sort of reminded me of that. I have no agreement with David Duke. The only commonality is we both appear to be breathing oxygen and I guess are part of Homo sapiens. Although even that, I think, is David Duke is regularly casting doubt on.